Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again for another episode of the LN106 Hilux build. Today we're just going to be doing some wiring cleanup of the engine bay, so that way on the next episode we can do the prep for repainting the engine bay. So let's just get into it. So I've bought myself some buzz bars for the positive connections on that. I actually have two buzz bars, but I'm only using one. I've got some new heat shrink, so that way I can make all the cables look really nice and tidy, make them all red for positive and black for negative. We're also going to be pulling this apart, cutting down this light bar wiring harness, and we're going to cut it all down so that way it's all at the length it needs to be, because at the moment it looks like a bird's nest in here. So let's get into it. Alright, just putting some wires together now. It's nice and together. And then I'm actually going to get on this. So now I'm just going to heat shrink the positive cable. There we go, it's already sitting in nice and tight. I'll just get the end a bit better. There we go. Alright, and now we've just got to do the negative cable. Alright, so now I'm just going to slip some the heat shrink over these to make them, to clean them up a little bit. So I'm just going to slip this wire up. Slip this heat shrink up. Try slip it over, but it might be a little bit tight just because I'm pretty shit at soldering, but that's okay. Alright, so I realised that I messed it up a little bit, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a bit of duct tape. It doesn't look nearly as professional. I'm a bit annoyed about it, but that's alright. Look, at least I'm trying to do it all right. Just going to pull everything out from here, and so that way we have better access to run the wires down through the firewall. So I've pulled out most of the other connections along here, so that way we can run the wires a bit neater. Now we've just got to get the fuse box. So for the fuse box, I'm only just going to pull it out of the way. Not going to worry too much about it. I'll have to rerun some wires back around under it, because you know that sits in like that. So we've got to make sure the wires are all following under. So we'll get into that next. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to remove all of the positive cables, so that way I can start wiring up the bus bar and see where it's going to fit best. So I'll just show you that. I'll show you what the positive looks like now. So we can do just a bit of a before and after. So there's that, and then I'll just be taking these ones off, and yeah, I'll show you what it looks like as we redo the wiring and put them all together through the bus bar. So now I've cleaned up all of these wires. These will be all tucked out of the way. I'm sure what you saw it looked like before was a bit of a mess. So in here, we're just going to run all these back, which we've pretty much got. We just need to jump a couple of grounds into each other now, and then we're going to start working up around the battery. So over here, still a bit of a mess. But as you can see, this is looking much better. Once the fuse box goes in and a few other things go in, it'll look really nice and tidy, and then I can start cleaning the engine bay and getting it ready for paint. We have pretty much everything back in here now. Just going to put the buzz bar in here, I'm thinking, just like that, and then these wires will all be run, you know, into the buzz bar. I might have to have it slightly further down. You know, have them run into the buzz bar like this, because they're all positives, and this is just one positive. I was going to run a negative buzz bar, but I don't think I will. I don't think I'll need it, so that'll be mounted there like that, and then wires will go in. There'll be one big wire going, battery sits here, one big wire sitting where the battery is, and yeah, we're pretty much done. It's taken me a while, but most of it, like I said, was just cutting and soldering. It's not very interesting to watch, so yeah. So what we're doing here, we've got the bus bar, we've taken off the coating of the first wire, and we're just putting these through. So I've got two that are raised up higher. They're just screws with holes. So we're just got the bus bar all hooked up now. Now we're just going to try and start putting some tech screws through. Eventually I'll weld a nut on the back and do it all properly, but for the moment. So as you can see, bus bar's in, fuse box, everything's in. It all looks really nice and tidy. See, here's the battery. This is one positive cable, one of the few positive cables, one negative. These will go to positive and negative. So I've essentially eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 connections to the battery. And we have a whole heap of wire that we've cut out, which I'll also show you, and all the connectors that we've cut off to make all the connections nice. So yeah, I'll show you all of that, but I'm really happy with this. You know, for a couple bucks and a few hours on a Sunday afternoon, it doesn't hurt to do it. Get into it, do it yourself. So I've done the whole process now. This is all the extra wire we've actually managed to pull out of the Hilux today. We've managed to cut off 11 connectors and solder them on better or run them to the bus bar. We've dropped probably the 11 connections straight off the battery terminal, so the battery is looking neater, easier to pull in and out, easier to play with my accessories without having to do anything with the battery. But as far as wire goes, we actually pulled this, you wouldn't believe it, is actually 7.6 meters of wire. So all of that in the tiny spot of the engine bay, big difference. So altogether, I'm actually really happy with how it's come along. There's still a few more things that I'd like to do with some rubber mat and some insulation with the bus bar, but looking really good. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Unfortunately, I haven't got to clean the engine bay out today. The weather's turned around, I'm sure, as you can see on the video. It was nice and sunny this morning. The storm is coming in now, so that's the pleasures of Victorian weather for you. But that's what happens. But really happy with it all. Like I said, 7.6 meters of wire we've pulled out. Haven't got to the engine bay yet, so I haven't started to prep for the paint, but that'll come in the next episode. So I'll catch you then.
Did you hear me? It's recording. Just. It's recording, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Wait, you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Wait, is it recording?
It's recording.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's recording.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice,
Yep.
thanks.
Let me just double check though.
Yeah, sure thing.